Yeah.
You had said that, just getting back to the UFOs, that they're hallucinatory in nature. That's your belief. Do you think that all UFO sightings are hallucinatory? Or do you discriminate between some are hallucinatory and there are some that you would give credence to?
No, I've seen a lot of these things myself. The UFOs seem to be a form of energy rather than a mechanical object. And that's why we have all of these injuries. People burn by them and all. It's energy that they're putting out. And I don't think they're mechanical objects. And I decided that years ago. And after having some pretty close sightings of my own, they seem to be masses of energy that have an intelligence of their own. And a lot of witnesses also remark on that. They said, you know, I think that thing was alive. I've heard that phrase over and over again from witnesses. I do not think they're machines.
Do you think that they're from this energy field, this planet?
They're from this planet and this energy field, yeah. And I also think if there were people on Mars or Venus or anywhere else, they'd be seeing UFOs too. And they'd be wondering about them. But I think they're definitely related to the human race. If we didn't exist, the UFOs wouldn't exist. It's like when a tree falls, you know, the whole... Now, this may not seem very Fortean to some of you, but everything is interrelated. And the more we study history and the more we study current events, we see that all of these things are linked together in strange ways. That the UFOs, as most of you know who have read my books, I don't think they're extraterrestrial at all. I think they're definitely tied to the human race, and that they react to things that are happening to the human race. I don't think they're vehicles. I think sometimes people see what appears to be vehicles, but they're really hallucinatory. For example, in New Jersey in the 60s, when Ivan Sanderson was still alive, Ivan and I talked to a family in New Jersey who had seen a UFO that was about a mile in diameter. And they had a good description of it. It had windows in it. It looked like a gigantic flying saucer right out of the movies. And this was in an area of New Jersey where if one family had seen this, then hundreds of other people should have seen it. And Ivan put articles in the newspapers out there in New Jersey asking if anybody else had seen something unusual on that day. And we got a number of UFO reports, but nobody had seen anything a mile in diameter. And it was not only, we were able to judge the size of it because the descriptions of the witnesses saw it between two mountains. And we measured that distance, and we knew it was about a mile between these two mountains, and it was low. And the family was attracted to it by the barking of their dog, which is common in a lot of UFO reports. And the husband in the family was the president of a company, a fairly large company in New Jersey, a pretty reliable person. They were not about to make up flying saucer stories to entertain Ivan Sanderson and John Keel. Now, what was our conclusion from that? Why didn't 3,000 other people see the same thing? It had to be some kind of hallucination, that only this one family saw it. And the family down the road didn't see anything. The family in the next town didn't see anything. And certainly if something a mile in diameter flew over New Jersey at an altitude of a couple of thousand feet, a lot of people would have seen it. So this is one of the many, many cases that convinced me that there's a hallucinatory process involved in this. And no matter how reliable the witness is, what they see can be questioned. The same is true in many of our Bigfoot cases and the strange monster cases, that the people see some image that's planted in their mind, and the creature itself probably doesn't exist at all, at least not as the creature that's seen.